extensively.
Well, I think, wasn't it, if it's not dairy related, it's not green.
Welcome back to Missoula Community Radio.
If it's not dairy related, it's not green.
Dreamcats Radio Program. Welcome back to Missoula Community Radio. Dreamcats Radio Program. Welcome back to Missoula Community Radio. Every Sunday night from 10 p.m. until at least midnight. Missoula Community Radio. Every Sunday night from 10 p.m. until at least.
I always take my medicine after Dreamcats. Sometimes it's on time.
You tuned in at a good night. Because Stick Talk is back, folks.
Yes.
Woo, woo.
Stick Talk International. We've really been getting a lot of positive feedback about the show.
Truly.
From our fans around the world.
Yeah.
I love it. I
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I mean, Melbourne, Australia's really been showing up.
Big ups to Weehawken.
Yeah.
The Weehawkens, the Melbourneians.
Can I get just a smidge less in my headphones?
Yeah. Who else? Shanghai. Shanghai's been really digging it.
All places.
Newark, Delaware. Not to be confused with Newark, New Jersey.
Yeah.
We're huge in Newark.
Yeah, Newark, not so much.
No.
Yeah.
The filibuster is all the rage in Newark.
Yeah. But I believe
We'll win them over.
I believe all 50 states and the District of Columbia have been. We've heard from at least one person.
Yeah, we've heard
from each of those states.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
Have you guys heard any criticisms of the show?
No, I haven't.
Nothing.
Not a thing.
Nope,
Yeah.
me either.
Only
One
positive.
criticism was we need to be on every. Someone just said we need to be on every day. I said let's be reasonable.
Yeah. Well, yeah, a lot of the good talk shows are daily shows, you know?
I think we're getting back into that as we are realizing. Okay, digital everything. I've streamed everything. Now I want to tune in.
Yeah. Well, actually, now that you mention it, there was a Gaelic radio station that wanted to broadcast us, and they wanted us to do a version in Gaelic for that station.
It's good crack.
But
Can we get translators?
yeah. I mean, like I'm looking into it. I'll know by next week whether
Okay.
that's possible.
It's a relative tier.
We can just give our best shot.
Yeah.
Just try.
Yeah. I think I just said all four
Yeah,
Gaelic words. I know.
I
Yeah. Tirna Nog
don't know
is
if that was
land,
offensive.
land of
Sounds
eternal youth. Good crack means good fun. Crack means fun.
Yes.
Spelled C-R-A-I-C.
Right,
Depending
right.
on who you ask, crack is fun.
Good crack is fun.
Is crack a snack?
We'll get into
The drug crack. Is that a snack?
it. Goes
Yeah.
Is that what you're asking?
I mean, I'm sure crackheads have said like, "Hey, you want a little snack?"
Yeah, go out back and get a snack.
Yeah, a little crack snack. And that goes into. I'm sure someone's gonna have a particular stance on edible versus
Yeah.
any form of ingestion. Because I say, yeah, you can snack on some smoke,
Yeah.
vapors.
That's a stretch, but,
You know,
sometimes it's tasty, you know?
That's just
Anything
a
tasty
drug.
could be a snack. You know, I
Yeah,
think
a tasty snack.
we should shoot around for a little while until we consult until we try to like hard nose a definition.
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
freestyle a little bit. I mean, okay, loosely in the beginning, I'm liberal.
Can we
Sure,
just
yes to everything.
can we just like explain what we're doing here?
There's some people
Well-
who've never tuned into Stick Talk.
First, let's play the song, because that'll
There you go.
set the
Yeah,
tone.
set the tone.
Feel free to jam, with the song, you guys.
Yeah,
Heck
it's
yeah.
one of those. Yeah, start from square. Start from the roots. From the roots up.
Come on, it's Stick Talk.
Oh yeah.
Wanna have a Stick Talk tonight. Tonight on Stick Talk. Every Sunday night. Gonna have a Stick Talk tonight. Let's talk about sticks. Let's stick about talks. Let's talk about sticks. Stick about talks. Tonight on Stick Talk. Gonna talk about sticks tonight. Come on, it's Stick Talk. Every Sunday night on Stick Talk. Stick to it. Just do it. It's the best a man can get. Think big. Taste a rainbow.
Real smooth.
What's in your wallet? Bet you can't eat just one.
And who sings that song?
It was an anonymous fan submission,
Wow.
but
That's awesome.
Yeah, I love it.
A good
New
choice. That's a
Hampshire,
good song.
right? Someone from New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good foliage. Wow. Okay, so yeah, this is episode number 4 of Stick Talk. Episode 1, we started with the classic. We just talked sticks, branches, twigs,
Yeah.
stumps, logs, you name it. We covered it. We grazed over roots, but we did cover roots. Episode 2 was rocks.
Rock talk.
Started with rocks, boulders, gemstones. We covered it.
Pebbles.
Hard and soft.
Yeah.
Episode 3, we hard hitting. Number 3, big fan favorite. Sandwich talk. We did it. We did is a hot dog. Here's a taco sandwich. We polled listener polls. They spoke. We spoke.
Controversial topic.
Controversial topic.
Yeah. That one was maybe the most heated.
Heated long too. We covered.
Yeah.
All of which are available on YouTube.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yep.
Back episodes available.
Dr. Fly 7 on YouTube.
Dr. Fly -7.
Just right under the 7.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. I don't like that. It's like I don't like it. The low underscore. I don't like that either.
I don't need a hyphen.
None needed.
Yeah, and today
Yeah.
we'll go into snacks.
Talking snacks.
Yeah, it was for some reason it was really hard. I think it's hard to top sandwich talk, so it was hard for us to come to a topic
Yeah.
for this one. We had a lot of deliberation behind the scenes.
Much.
Just trying to figure out.
What are we going to talk about next? How are we going to follow up sandwich?
It's all I've thought about.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking, like after I was hung up on space for a minute because I was like,
Yeah.
we got to get off the planet
Yeah.
after talking about. But the thing
We
is
can touch it on space.
I just wanted to talk about nebulas for a moment.
That's a rather nebulous topic.
I think that's why. Yeah.
I feel Neil deGrasse has just covered all these topics already.
Carl Sagan.
And even though, but that's, the conversation, I'm always looking for good conversational bits.
Mm-hmm.
That is one of like, okay, you can ask everyone what their favorite animal is, but also get 4 people together, get 6 people together. If Neil deGrasse or Carl Sagan isn't one of those people,
When they really are.
How many people does it take to know what a nebula?
Is it like a bunch of galaxies?
Like a star nebula, crab nebula. I've heard of the names of nebulas.
Are these like constellations?
I think it is a big. It's a happening. It's like it's an event. A nebula is an event.
Oh, I thought it was like akin to a
Like a
galaxy.
supernova.
That's definitely an event.
A nebula is a star phase.
Oh, I don't know. Well, I guess there's no way to know.
And no way to know. No way to know. Well, and that is really thanks, guys. I can go home happy. No, that was space talk. That was what I wanted.
Well,
and then because I was
There's
getting
no debate.
because we did for the Patreon subscribers.
Yeah.
You guys have heard the cream. There's a special bonus one where we went deep on cream.
Cream talk.
And so for a moment I was like, oof, too much food.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But now I'm ready to snack.
Well,
We're
real
getting
quick,
crunchy.
one more space thing that we could just touch on.
Okay.
It'll be real easy. Are aliens real? Is there life on other planets?
100%.
Oh, man.
Because that's one of the things I like about the show Stick Talk is we talk about the undefinable, the unknowns. We're giving takes on things that haven't
If we're talking
been
space talk, we better talk
truly, proven or defined.
I'm sure there's some aliens who are picking up the airwaves,
Yeah,
listening in as we speak.
Yeah, if you are an alien, call in.
Contact
If
us.
you could tell us either way.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
the ones on planet Earth.
Yeah.
We are the 4 that you want to scoop up tonight.
Yeah, you can call the station number 406-541-8966, or I'm sure you probably have my personal number if you're an alien. You can call me as well,
Come
But-
right.
and then you can get on the air that way.
Yeah, dude. Let's hang out. Let's do some stuff.
But they're not. But we're aliens to them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, no, because
So like if you're out, if you're not on planet Earth,
If we're aliens, call in.
if you're on your own planet, is it still considered an alien? I thought it was only an alien when they come from another planet to here.
Sometimes unknown is called alien. Like they probably did their homework. So like they probably know we are Earthlings, and so they probably refer to us as Earthlings. So
or they have their own word for it.
yeah,
It's like if I go to New Zealand, I have an accent to them, and like they don't. Yes, then they're like, I don't have an accent. You have an accent.
We
And I'm
talk
like, I don't have an
normal.
accent. You have an accent. So similarly, they're the alien, or like we are aliens to them.
Oh,
And they're aliens to us.
I have a feeling they're not speaking English, though.
Probably
So it
not.
wouldn't even be an accent.
But in Star Trek, they speak English.
Well, and like I said, I mean, if they're intelligent enough to find us, to listen to us,
Yeah.
they have already done a little bit of work on it.
They probably deciphered our
They
language.
probably were able to learn our rudimentary language so easily. All of their
They
languages.
just plug it into there.
They're just like,
Oxford Dictionary.
Yeah, they're just like,
Or just their
oh.
eye.
Yeah, it's not even artificial. It's just I.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Okay, so we're
But
going
they're
around.
not calling, so.
Well, who? Okay, what do we
Give them
think?
time. I mean, like the waves need time to travel.
They're shy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they might be shy.
So did we just answer our own question? Obviously, we all believe because we want.
Oh,
them.
yeah.
We want.
If I had to guess, I mean, I can't.
I'm talking-
I can't prove it, but if I had to put my money on something, I'd say there's life out there.
Oh yeah.
I'm currently talking to the
Is that
aliens.
one?
I won.
Now?
let's see, I just got a notification.
From
No, that wasn't an alien.
oh,
Oh man.
Wait. Okay. What about we call aliens? Is alien just anybody that's new? Because there's alien species of things. Aliens, obviously in terms of like borders,
yeah.
Yeah, I wonder.
Something that is not like
It's alien to me.
Yeah, right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah. I'm aversion to that.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it is an interesting. Sometimes I do feel an absence of others in the whole universe when I ponder. But here's hoping. I'm believing that I'm talking to a very way chill group of aliens right now. Yeah, just listening to the community radio.
I hope they enjoy the show.
Yeah, and I really want to hang out with you guys.
Yeah.
I think I do. I don't know.
To be honest,
I'd like to find out.
Missoula's getting a little played out in certain ways. I'm ready to freshen it up, dude. I'm ready to fucking party with some aliens.
Yeah. You can beam up the whole radio station right now.
Oh,
let's
man.
go. Let's party.
Yeah, man, I've heard some weird stories about some extraterrestrial encounters.
Yeah. Yeah, you've done some deep dives.
I've done some deep dives.
Yeah.
Big time.
What? Give us a highlight.
This guy, I don't know, I think in like the 80s or something.
There's a lot of aliens in the 80s.
Yeah, 80s or 90s, there was a group of like 8 or 9 loggers that were somewhere in the Southwest, I think, and they were coming back from some job, and they stopped in the woods, and this guy got out, and there's this bright light.
Well, that's the Fire in the Sky movie.
Is it?
Yeah, they made a movie about
Tell
that.
me,
Did they?
Yeah.
no spoilers then.
I could just stop there.
If
If you don't want a spoiler.
No, well, tell me the real life story. Don't spoil the Hollywood version.
Okay, so
See if
then,
it lines up.
Yeah. Goes to the light, disappears, boom, gone. A week, not there. So they come back to town and they say, holy crap, this guy disappeared. I don't know. So then they were being investigated for murder because they were like, what do you mean? You know, they're gone. Or he's gone, and then a week later he just like appears back somewhere else, like near town, and he finds a phone and calls his like brother-in-law or something, and he's, you know, he hasn't shaven, he's got like, you know, he's scruffy and all this stuff, and he just remembers like an hour's worth of being in some room with some like human-like people, but then he got injected with something, and then he just like, you know, went to sleep, and then like he woke up and it was a week later, and he didn't realize it was a week later. He was like, I thought it was just like an hour-long endeavor, but it was a week, and it took him like a really long time to be able to even talk about it. And there's some podcast, I forget what it is, but they got a scoop on it and got to interview the guy. And yeah, there's just a ton of those things out there, you know. I don't know. Not to go too deep on it, but why would so many people lie about it? That's what I'm saying.
So you think that aliens have visited Earth?
Yeah,
Wow.
I do.
That's another
I've
level.
seen some strange lights in the sky.
I've seen some straight lights, yeah.
One time I was out in the woods looking up, and I was seeing lots of satellites going by. But then all of a sudden, I see like all coming from one point, like 7 all going at like a different direction. They look just like satellites, but they all like right at the same spot started moving away from each other.
What year was this?
It was just like, I think just like 2 summers ago.
Okay.
Where were you?
It was Fish Creek.
Okay.
I know this creek.
Tucson area, yeah. I was 2010.
Fish Creek. Sorry, Cole.
Hey, you're born and bred Montanan. Whatever.
2010, I was over yonder by Gold Creek. Not the Gold Creek, like Rattlesnake Mountain Chain. Gold Creek, exit of I-90, where Can't Make a Dream is. I was working at Can't Make a Dream. It was the first break in between campers. There's only 2 people that stayed at the camp. Everybody left. In the middle, you know, basically in between Drummond and Deer Lodge. Not much there at all. There's this big hill me and this gal climb. We just tell each other the story of our lives, laying on our backs looking at the stars on this hill in Gold Creek. And this one star in particular, as I'm like minute 10 into my like 3-hour, you know, story of how I got to Can't Make a Dream, I noticed this one star is moving in an equilateral triangle shape, and I'm like, what the hell is that? The triangle? Like, what is going on with this? Then she proceeds to tell her story. She's going on for hours. Meanwhile, the triangle's just doing its thing. It's doing its thing, and then eventually
Is it the same speed? It's going the same speed
Yeah.
the whole time.
Yeah. At times it would, you know, kind of appear, you know, like it would appear brighter at different times. But then I was saying like atmospheric, just gases and stuff, you know, just make things look brighter or duller. But like the right angled, or the right angles it was making was just, you know, particularly fascinating. Eventually a breaking conversation happens, and I ask, like, yo, do you see? And she's like, the triangle? Are you talking about the triangle? I'm like, yo, that's exactly what I'm talking about. And she's like, what the fuck is the triangle? And I'm like, dude, what could it be? Like, if it's not, you know, like, what could it be? And she's like, dude, what could it be? And then as we're trying to find out what it could be, it stops. As we're talking
about it.
And it gets like brighter, and then whoop, it goes forward and then disappears.
What do you mean forward?
Like in a straight direction. Yeah, not towards us, just like up.
Oof.
And then we were both like, all right, no one's going to believe that. No one's going to believe that.
Have you ruled out the drone argument?
You know, the only thing is, okay, we were looking in the direction of Great Falls, but we were on the other side of the divide. We were a good bit away from Great Falls. 2010, drone.
Talking about like maybe Maelstrom Air Force Base kind of stuff.
Yeah, and it could have been like programmed flights to turn on right angles,
Apparently, there's been a lot of sightings around there.
Well, there was
nuclear silos.
That's crazy. Before I even moved out here in like 2007, I remember reading there's an incident at Malmstrom, or it might have been one in North Dakota. But basically, there's like a guard. There's like one guard, the night guard of the whole underground nuclear silo with like 7 warheads. Like feet up, kicked up on the desk, like asleep. And his boss came in and was like, "What are you doing?" And he was like, "What?" He was like, "You left the door open. And you're asleep. Anyone could have come."
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Luckily, no one did. No one did.
Wild.
Yeah.
No aliens?
Dude, there is a weird alien story with that same place. I don't know by heart.
Yeah. Well, one of the first major UFO sightings, I think, in America was in Great Falls at a baseball game in like the 50s or something, like 40s, 50s, 60s ish, and there were no cameras there, right? Because that just wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
But like
A lot of witnesses.
Yeah, like hundreds of people saw this flying saucer come down and then leave, but it was just a baseball game that everyone saw it, and it's recorded and it's written about and stuff.
I
Maybe,
wonder.
were they in Men in Black when that happens? Are they kind of referencing that possibly?
It's a great question. I don't know. I mean, in some like UFOs in Montana book, I've read about it.
I wonder what the snack scene was like at that baseball game.
It's a great question.
In Great Falls.
Baseball games usually have some quality snacks, some hot dog sandwiches probably.
Peanuts.
Some popcorn.
I wonder what. Peanuts and Cracker Jack, obviously.
Yeah. Are we ready
To talk snack?
Yeah.
I think
we
got
we just had a
space.
nice natural
We went
alien baseball snack.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Crunch into this topic.
Yeah.
Okay, is a hot dog a snack?
I think it could be. It's
Again, we're freestyling.
it's traditionally more in the meal category, I would say, but you could just especially if you're just grabbing a dog out of
If
the
you're
fridge.
raw dogging, that you can snack on a raw
Dog,
dog.
no
Yeah.
bun. That's a snack.
Definitely
for
a
sure.
snack. The bun,
Hard to make a meal out of.
bun makes it questionable, but I would say you could still have. I'm just gonna have a snack, just one hot dog on a bun.
Want me to fix a snack? I can make a hot dog.
A brat, it's pushing it.
Oh.
Rod's pushing it.
Girth
Big
level.
old sandwich.
Yeah, but and like at the baseball game, you grab a dog.
Yeah.
That's kind of a snack.
I would kind of think of that as like that's my meal for the game.
Okay, yeah, because you go in. Like,
If I wanted a snack, I would get the peanuts or Cracker Jack.
nachos and cheese would be the snack. The meal.
But you'd probably get multiple dogs if you're trying to have a meal
Yeah.
of dogs.
Foot long.
2 dogs
Stadium.
perfectly fit into one of those paper boats.
Yeah. That's a meal.
Okay.
Snack meal.
Yeah.
Heavy snack.
Now you're
Yeah.
talking like a 6-inch dog.
Probably 6 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a classic
Foot-long dog. That's a
ballpark
different
Frank.
story.
Yeah. So the snack to meal line resides somewhere in the amount or size of hot dog.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, let's. Okay.
About a foot long hot
I
dog.
like to build verbally. We just had a good relative definition.
Yeah.
You can also define by opposites. You can tell what it is by what it isn't.
Yes.
Okay, even describing with, linguistically, a snack, light just appears in the definition.
Yeah.
Okay, well, and we also are we ruling out? Do you have to? Does it have to be eaten? Can you drink a snack? Can you smoke a snack? A little smoke snack. Smoothie snack.
I propose that a smoothie could be a snack.
Yeah.
You know.
So like
I would agree.
A food-based liquid.
Yeah, but
Kombucha.
it has a certain level of thickness.
Smoothie over kombucha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
fruit flavor.
can of pop.
That's not a snack.
I wouldn't call that a snack.
That's just
Okay, all right.
that's just a beverage.
A smoothie is like blended up snack foods.
Dude, I remember 90s science, someone telling me, like, my mom's a nurse, and she told me, soda counts as food because there's calories. Sweet, all right, substance.
Give me that Mountain Dew.
Give me that dew.
I wonder how they're doing now, you know?
Yeah.
Had a
Growing
big,
up,
big
thinking that soda was a
breakfast
snack.
of Mountain Dew and Coca-Cola.
Yeah, I'm pretty full.
Yeah, I mean, nutrition in America used to be pretty wacky. It still is, but
Come a long way. Apparently, that's why people looked
Golden
old.
years.
People looked older when they were younger back in the day.
Yeah.
It's because everybody was so dehydrated.
yeah, checks out.
It wasn't until late 80s when people were like, hey, water, drink water.
Yeah, I've heard they didn't drink much water back then.
No. No.
So should we come to a definition of snack before we keep
It's a
going?
tough thing to define. Yeah.
Should we consult like Merriam-Webster's or something?
Let's see what the.
Well, let's talk about it first.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
I'll have it in the hot.
Okay. Yeah.
I would say my definition would be something that just kind of just a little appetite cleanser.
Okay.
You know,
It's meant to hold you
something-
over between meals.
Yeah, just something to get you by before a meal.
Hold me over, because
Yeah.
there's even like appetizers, and there's the whole art of like what to put in your belly before you put in your belly. What to put on your tongue before you put on your tongue. Snacks, a pre-meal or a in-between meal.
Yes. Yeah, I would say that the appetizer and the snack serve different functions.
Well, and then, people say a midnight snack. And I feel like people will just eat a full meal
Sometimes.
after midnight and call it a midnight snack. They'll have like a couple slices of pizza and say, just had a little midnight snack. So I don't know.
Sometimes even my judgment late night can be a little off, and I'll tell myself, I'll be like Pooh Bear. I'm like, ooh, just a little midnight snack. And then 7 minutes later, Homer Simpson style. And then I'm like, uh-oh. Like, I'm going right back to bed now. And I have a big old...
Yeah.
You got a meal in you.
And I try to like sit up for like 5 minutes before I lay down. And then you ever wake up after eating a big old thing?
Oh man.
You got like a lump in your body.
Oh yeah, just not digesting. It's just sitting there.
Lump.
You're like a snake.
Yep. I feel like a snake sometimes.
You're just with a whole animal in there.
Yeah.
I'm doing pretty good. It's been a minute since I have gotten to that point, but
I frequently eat a large amount before bed, and I know it's not good for me. I
got
do a lot of things I know that are not good for me. Though.
I purposely don't keep a ton of snacks on hand,
Oh,
specifically for that reason.
I minimize snackables. I do that. Yeah. 'Cause I'm a little
I can't help myself.
I'm a
when
little
they're
rascal.
around.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, if I have a little box of snacks, I'm like, ooh, I'll snack a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. So, Kinley, you're saying that it's just like a light, like a little bit of food in between meals. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Or the midnight snack, or it's got to be small, in my opinion. Or just like chips, Cheetos, that kind of thing. That's a snack. It can't be a full something you would have for a meal. and call it a snack.
Right.
You're deluding yourself at that point.
Unless you have a lot of it.
Right.
You know, like nachos, for example. You know, so like you eat a lot of nachos, then that's a meal. But if you just like get like an appetizer's worth of nachos and then like you split it between 4 people, that's a snack, right?
Well, how?
Yeah, it's all how it functions in your day.
Just
Yeah.
because you ruined your appetite with snacks doesn't mean you don't have to eat your vegetables with your meal. I could hear Mom saying that, you know, like, and it gets me.
I was
thinking,
like, who is this?
And it gets no, not me. No, dude. Make a meal of snacks, but maybe even thinking like, I could see a rigid person saying like, no, certain foods, those are snack foods.
Right, Pop-Tarts
Yeah.
are snack foods.
Yeah, and you eat a bunch of them. Yeah, you might not be hungry for a meal, but that's because you blew your opportunity to eat a proper meal by over snacking. I don't know. Yeah, that's just. I'm just trying that one off. I'm just wearing those shoes.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I believe it. But it has me scratch my chin. Yeah, are certain foods snack foods?
Did Pop-Tarts ever function as breakfast in your life?
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like in the dark ages of American nutrition,
Yeah.
you know, that
yes.
could be passed off.
And toaster strudels.
Yeah.
Toaster strudels were like more.
those
Yeah,
were
that was
good.
like a
Did you ever
proper.
get toaster scrambles?
Oh yeah.
The like
Oh.
savory
Yep.
version of toaster
With, like,
strudel.
eggs and
That- yeah,
bacon.
that was definitely attempting to be a breakfast.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
But in the dark age, I remember going to like my,
The sugar age.
my grown-up jobs. You know, like okay, my brown sugar cinnamon Pop-Tarts.
Well, this is the thing.
Oh, those ones are so
Pop Tarts and cereal, they always advertise part of a balanced breakfast.
good.
Yeah.
yeah. They can't say it's a balanced
it's-
breakfast. It's a loophole.
Even their definition
Yeah,
is not a breakfast.
Well, the commercials have, you know, maybe another glass of juice or something.
Yeah, another whole glass of milk.
Trying to.
Yeah, a piece of fruit.
Yeah.
Some toast.
Yeah.
like anyone's
Like-
doing that.
Some eggs. Yeah, and then like to supplement your sugar cereal. Yeah.
God, I used to have a rule that if you put peanut butter on it, then it makes it a meal.
Yeah.
And Pop-Tarts were a prime example.
You were putting peanut butter on Pop-Tarts.
Pop-Tarts.
Call it a meal.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that definitely makes it stick to your ribs more. Makes
Yep.
it heartier.
Yep, sure does.
Man, oh man.
You know,
It's like peanut butter toast.
doctor, for some reason, hearing you say that makes it stick to your ribs more, I just really like it when you say that.
Yeah.
Well, it's my advice as your doctor. Put some peanut butter on that Pop-Tart. It'll stick to your ribs.
Oh,
Stick to your ribs. That's some
that's
good.
nice.
Some good home cooking.
No, literally, it'll stick to your ribs.
Yeah. If it falls on the outside of your ribs with the peanut butter side, hitting your skin, it'll stick to your ribs.
Yep, yeah. I no longer believe that peanut butter makes anything a meal.
Yeah. That wasn't
It
life
helps
great.
though. It does.
It helps make it a heartier snack generally.
Yeah.
You know?
And also, too, I remember, too, my third year of college, my third year of freshman year of college, the George Foreman grill peak era.
Oh, yeah.
The hot dogs
sweet.
on the George Foreman grill,
Oh,
all
yeah.
beef hot dogs. I definitely made meals of like eating 6 hot dogs.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
And a
and
bun for each dog.
sometimes if you ate multiple all beef hot dogs, we say like it's the equivalent of like a steak.
Oh, so you're just
A very, very, very salty steak.
Processed.
they're just all
Nitrate.
sitting on a plate.
Yeah. Take them off, like just pop, like tap the top of the
Yeah, slide right out.
the hot dog. We have the plate below it. But I mean, if when we were classy, yeah, we would have rolls,
Yeah.
ketchup and mustard on.
Well,
Okay.
DJ VK Wonders is already chomping at the bit.
Yeah, dude, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Should we take some?
Yeah, we need to take some
get
calls.
Let's take some calls.
Get some food for thought.
Yeah, we haven't even gotten.
Shut up.
We're just scratching the surface.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't even really defined
No.
the snack yet.
Should we talk to Miriam or should we get?
Let's run.
I'm ready for Miriam.
Let's-
I got
let's
Miriam
get the
locked in.
All
definition.
right, sorry V.
And then check with V.
yeah.
What V
Stay on the
is.
line, V. We'll get to you soon.
Yep. Okay, so snack, according to Merriam-Webster Dictionary, A snack is a light meal. Food eaten between regular meals. Also, food suitable for snacking.
Yeah.
And that
Vague.
that is the Merriam-Webster definition.
Light meal.
To snack is a verb.
And I thought
yeah,
we were
yeah.
going off Oxford. These
Yeah,
days.
yeah, and then the verb is to eat a snack. So
I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't disagree,
Portion
but
size.
there's so much nuance
Portion size. And
to dip our beaks into.
Well, and I think modern times have made a bunch of garbage food and market it as snack, like the whole snack food.
A lot of it comes in bags, the classic snack.
Right. Where like back in medieval times when they didn't have red dyed number 5,
Yes.
they would they probably still used the term snack, but they only had meal food.
it's like bread and cheese.
Yeah,
I'm
everything
curious
is-
to know how long the etymology when the word came through.
Let's look.
I'm on it.
Yeah.
I mean, they probably had like a lot of like crackers back then. Saltine crackers.
Unleavened.
Like I feel like those have to be hundreds of years old.
Crackers go back. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes, maybe
Okay.
when times were tough, all you had was a snack.
Dude,
you didn't get a real meal.
Okay, but also Caesars and pharaohs, the grape fed of society.
Yes,
they're
they
just
have
snacking
grapes
all
on
day.
fruit, yeah,
Anything that could
getting
be
fat.
snacked. Yeah, the upper class was the upper class and the bourgeoisie, they're always the progenitors of snacks. They're the inventors of snacks. The leisure class
Yep.
of every society, and it's crazy. The snack. Oh my gosh.
It requires a certain amount of privilege to be able to snack.
The snacks that we have today are insane. But most snacks are poison, though.
These days, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it
not
depends.
healthy.
It just depends on what you're snacking on.
Yeah.
If you go through the snack aisle, a lot of that is pretty poisonous.
Like
Yeah.
gas station snacks, it's hard to find something that's like
Yeah.
not bad for you.
Banana chips.
An apple.
Yeah, banana chips, peanuts, and salt. That's not bad. And I have an etymology update.
Okay, thank you.
How long?
If you're ready. According to Oxford Reference, whatever the heck that is, snack was originally a verb meaning bite or snap. It appears to have been borrowed in the 14th century from Middle Dutch snacken, which was probably onomatopoeic in origin based on the sound of the snapping together of teeth.
Oh, yeah.
Snack my mouth on this morsel.
It's gonna have a little snap.
Just gonna snack on this.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, the noun had the same meaning. It particularly applied to the bite of dogs, whatever that means.
wow.
Or like, I guess that means like how dogs eat,
I guess that's the sound of teeth clicking.
Yeah.
Snack.
Yeah, but by the late 17th century, this had developed, perhaps via some unrecorded intermediate sense, such as part bitten off to portion or share.
It could just be like taking a bite,
snack
one
you
bite of a
off.
hot dog.
Yeah,
That's a snack.
right.
Or is it saying there like, here, I'll snack you off a piece of my hot dog?
Let's see. I don't think. Well,
In that last sentence here.
that last sentence. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah. Part bitten off. So like, it's like here's a snack. Here's like a part. Like I just like I just bit off a part of this
I just
hot
took
dog.
I just took a snack off this hot dog.
Exactly. So
I want to bring that back. That's nice.
Yeah.
Did I get a snack of that?
Yeah, you heard it here first,
Well, okay.
folks.
And then by the 18th century, let's see, by the 18th century, it led to a small portion of food eaten, as contrasted with a proper
Okay.
meal.
Revolutionary.
Like as in, we have but just time for a snack,
We only have time for a bite of the hot dog.
which you can see in a book in 1763.
Okay.
That's cited in 1763. The sentence, "We have but just time for a snack."
Sick.
Must be one of the first written records of
The drop.
snack.
The world premiere.
Yep. And the modern
Snack drop.
Yep. And the modern verb snack, eat a snack, mainly in American usage, is an early 19th century creation based on the noun.
Early 1800s.
So, yeah, that's according to Oxford Reference. And then Chris the Saint Dupree also had something to add.
Oh, yes.
You found this, help me out here, Chris. Scream it, and hopefully we'll read it. Anunnaki.
Yeah.
A group of deities from the ancient Sumerian, Akkadian, Assyrian, and Babylonian cultures were not known for eating hot dogs as snacks. Their dietary habits remain shrouded in myth and speculation. Wow. So thank you
dude, I'm always
to the great
looking
artist
for
Chris Duperry.
More Sumerian tidbits, for sure, like for real. I actually just got a great line about the Assyrians. I'm grinding like an Assyrian.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, First Empire. Yeah, no, know your history, dude. Chris Perry, smart guy. You can tell he plays the guitar like a smart guy.
Yeah, he was featured on Dreamcats last week.
Sure was.
Sure was.
That was
His
incredible.
Bandcamp is amazing.
His Bandcamp is incredible.
Yeah.
I guess
The stand-up comedy was so good.
One of the best things
He's
ever.
got stand-up?
You
I'll have to do
you
it.
can
I don't
call
go
it
on
that.
Bandcamp, but
Maybe
I'll
we'll
have to-
play it later.
Yeah.
While we're closing up, we'll
Okay, so snack. Snack is a verb.
back to snack.
And that does. Earlier today, I was thinking of, the verb of snack similar to like a peck, and then even like, oh, I'm feeling peckish. Oh, let me eat a snack.
Yeah.
I'm feeling peckish. I'm just gonna take a peck. But then that also got me to thinking of a peck is a measure of a bushel.
Yes.
There's like so many pecks in a bushel.
Yeah. So
Peter
many
Piper picked a
snacks.
peck.
Picked a peck of pickled peppers.
Yeah, and I was thinking of how many peppers would a peck be? Would that be just a handful of peck?
That would be a
Snacks.
good guess.
A peck is probably a snack size portion.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I envision a bird pecking
Yeah,
at something,
Yes,
you
yes,
know,
yes.
and it's like however much you
Yeah,
could get
one
in
peck.
a single peck.
Or-
Yeah.
because a bushel basket isn't. A bushel's not huge. So, and say there's. I don't know. I'm gonna say 32, but I don't know. Just because that's a common measure.
A peck is also a style of kissing, which is
True.
akin to, a peck is like the snack of a kiss.
It sure is.
Just getting a little peck in
Aw.
before later. You get a peck in between
It's a little
makeout
snack.
sessions, which
yeah,
would be
a
the
little peck
meal.
is a little snack. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that little snack. Yeah. I like
That's
s-
good.
I like
That's
the
fun.
Good
snack.
observation.
Well, yeah, it's language, man. It all ties together.
It's language.
A little peck on the cheek.
Yeah.
Is it BK time?
Yeah.
And then we should just go around and talk about our favorite snacks. Favorite time to snack.
I mean-
or when we find ourselves snacking the most.
Yeah. Yeah.
I ran into Erica Friedrichsen at the food farm. She was picking up snacks for her daughter.
Yeah,
Let's get
she's
the,
definitely listening.
Yeah. Legend.
Erica, for sure. This is good journalism, for sure. Stick talk. All right, let's see if we can get her on the line here.
Hello.
DJ VK Wonders, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, Dr. Funk.
We can hear, or I can hear. We can all hear you, but you can only hear me, if that makes sense.
That is correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
wonderful. What kind of snack thoughts are you thinking on this Sunday
So
evening?
so many. I didn't think I'd have anything to contribute, honestly. Like snacks, everybody loves them. But yeah, I have a few questions around the definition. Also, speaking of snacks, everybody loves them. That was a snack truck in my hometown growing up that would just deliver, I'm assuming, snacks to like corner stores, convenience stores, and things. And the only advertising on the side just said snacks. Everybody loved them, and just really plain font. It was the best truck in town. So that's just an aside.
I wish I could have tried it.
All right. So my first question is, well, thank you for the definitions. Hearing them really supported a thought I was already having around what differentiates a snack from a meal. Because to me, I think that's like really the big question is what's a snack versus what's a meal. And that's going to like bring a lot more definition to the snack itself.
Yes.
And, you guys touched on this somewhat. It's, is it the amount, the quantity, so the size of the food you're consuming? Is it the timing? So is it like outside of a normal meal time? And the definition hit on that. You guys kind of touched on that. But does the content of it really have anything to do with it being a snack or not? Because, like, I can go to the Roxy Theater and make a meal out of a bowl of popcorn. Just one item, it's fine. Are there any foods that you would never
It's a little
think of as
controversial.
like being a snack?
That's a lot to chew on.
Yeah, that's that was rolling around, but I just would love to hear
Food for thought.
what do you guys have to say about that.
Okay.
I
I mean,
appreciate the call.
Yeah,
So
we'll run with that, and yeah, feel free
Right.
to call back if you have any more thoughts.
I'll probably just listen, but if there's really a burning desire to really comment again. But otherwise, I'll just sit back and enjoy the show.
Well,
Thanks,
sounds
guys.
good. Thank you, DJ VK Wonders.
Thank you, DJ VK Wonders.
Yeah, that goes back to what I was saying too. Of like, you can spoil your appetite.
Yeah,
On
popcorn's
gummy
a hard
bears.
one for me to think of as a meal.
Not a meal for me.
Because it's one of those things you almost
Yeah,
don't
it's-
feel, even if you eat so much of it, you almost don't feel full. You just feel weird. You feel salty.
Yeah.
And again,
I
like
just feel empty inside.
Yeah. yeah.
snack foods, no matter what the quantity, it'll just be a copious quantity of snack.
Yeah.
Like
There's
the
certain
movie.
foods that it seems hard for them to get out of the
Like
snack category.
like we said, Pop Tarts. You can eat a
Yeah.
box of Pop Tarts, be full.
Yeah.
You're full of Pop Tarts.
But that also there's also the category of a Pop-Tart is almost can such a sweet thing be a snack, or is that into the candy or dessert sphere?
I would say all candy
You know?
is snack.
Candy is under the snack.
Yeah, all candy is only snack.
See, I disagree.
Because again, this is all this is all modern stuff. This is all mostly processed like sugar stuff, or you can you can dehydrate veggies and stuff like that. But again, yeah.
How would you make a meal out of candy?
I would say you can never. I repeat again, you can spoil your appetite. It's almost one of those like, you can spoil your appetite, but it's still a snack, like snack food. Where you have meal food. Like back in the day, they didn't have gummy bears. Again, they didn't have artificial food dyes. They didn't have high fructose corn syrup. And so snack foods were limited to just veggies, fruits. And again, probably the same thing.
Healthy snacks.
They'd say okay, eat all the oranges you want, but you just snacked all day. You gotta eat some
Yeah.
stew.
Yeah, yes. Similarly, like the chips and dip, like I don't know if that could ever be a meal necessarily.
It'd have to be a hearty dip.
It'd be a
It all
really
depends
hearty
on the
dip.
Hummus.
Yeah.
Well,
Hummus could.
Hummus could, you know, and then like if you do like chili and cream cheese together, I've
Right.
done that, you know.
Fortify it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then
As
because
a meal,
it comes
but-
because again, when the ones and again Roxy popcorn you can load it with
They have a lot of
nutritional
toppings, yeah.
yeast. But you got to bring in like a slice of pizza
Well,
too.
so that makes me think, where does an appetizer stand?
Appetizer is almost synonymous with a snack to me.
Yeah.
Nearly synonymous. I don't know if it is cleanly, but
Like like a plate of jalapeno peppers.
See that? I think the difference in my mind is a snack. You're having a bag of chips like when you're hungry 2 hours before dinner. Appetizer, it's like that's what you have right before you eat your main thing.
Well, and
It's
it-
a course of a meal.
Sometimes you just order right off the appetizer menu
Yeah.
as your meal.
And again, I
That's
think
true.
we're falling under we're products of America. We're products of the schemers that
Yeah.
really and in this modern age of a full plate of food, the boomers love big portions, and so the appetizer.
I love big portions.
I mean, yeah, the appetizer was even in that as you prepare to continually stretch your stomach out. The first, just the appetizer, and then you'll get your, so you get your bloomin' onion before you get your big steak and potato.
I gotta tell you, apps are out of the budget for me.
Dude,
I typically don't do an app.
Yeah.
Luxury beverages are out of the budget for me now. But when I'm baller, though, when I'm baller, I'm like, let's look at the appetizers.
If it's a big table,
Dude,
maybe you get one thing for everyone.
Yeah,
to share.
I mean,
if
dude,
you're sharing it with enough people.
I used to go to at
sharing the burden.
At Michi, their appetizers are like sauteed mushrooms. Super bomb. Appetizer on that. Their edamame's good. Yeah. Okay. So I hold to certain foods. DJ VK wonders. Certain foods are in the category of strictly snack foods because I think there's certain things where no, they either won't fill you up or like nutrition. We have nutrition science too. I think that might fit into it where now meals have balance
And culturally.
Yeah.
and a snack-sized meal will definitely beat any
Meal-sized snack.
meal-sized snack. Yes.
Well, I could snack on some fried chicken. I can get a leg of fried chicken, and just I just need a quick little.
That's the classic definition of snack.
Yeah.
Yeah. As we just read. Yeah.
This is why an appetizer or a candy doesn't fall in the snack category for me because the snack is more about the function.
So you're saying okay. So candy would be its own planet.
Candy, you're almost doing it strictly because you want the sugar, you want the sweetness.
You want the dopamine. You want
it's not. You might not even be hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But some
treat.
ride the line, like a really nutty candy bar, an outrageous, or a Snickers, or a Pop-Tart.
Some Snickers
Peanut butter,
advertises.
if you put peanut butter on it, it's a meal.
Hunger.
Yeah, they're like hungry. You should have had a Snickers.
Hungry,
yeah. That's that marketing.
That's because they got peanut, and I remember being young enough to know that's peanuts. Peanuts is the anchor.
Yeah,
that's more of a meal.
Yeah.
that fat and that protein.
It does make you feel better than some candy bars are like straight caramel.
a Milky Way
it doesn't have any.
peanuts.
It doesn't have any anchor.
Yeah, Milky Way is a Snickers without peanuts.
Yeah,
It's got nougat, caramel, and chocolate, and Snickers is nougat, caramel, chocolate plus peanuts.
Oh yeah.
The peanuts do a lot. Legume.
What
man.
even is nougat? By the way?
It is eggs. It's like mousse. It's mousse, essentially. Yeah, whipped egg.
Yeah,
and sugar.
it's not a chocolate mousse. It's just a mousse.
Yeah.
There's no mousse
in
mousse.
It's like a marzipan.
And Dr. Fly, just bouncing off of what you're saying of having it be, it's the roll that's important. I don't see a Milky Way getting me to dinner.
No, that's
Snack
why
food.
it's candy.
Snack food,
Personally, yeah. Well, I don't see it as a snack food.
What if you put
Right,
a Milky
nor do I.
Way?
Yeah, because it
So you're
won't
saying
get
candy,
me there.
Candy's its own planet.
Candy's its own thing. Candy, I would put that in the dessert category.
What if you put a Milky Way on a hot dog bun?
Still certainly.
It's all just carbs. I mean, 'cause
Yeah.
the bun
certainly the
your
same.
body turns the bun, like white bread into sugar anyway. White bread could also be considered candy.
Yeah.
Wonder Bread.
Your great grandpas would be like, give me that candy. I don't know. I used to,
Well, Wonder Bread used to not be as gnarly. The ingredients used to be just like flour and water or whatever. It's like a simpler ingredient list.
They would put sawdust in there though. Yeah.
Well, that's not bad.
No, fiber.
Sticks to your ribs.
That's the enriched when the enriched flour just has sawdust in it, or did now.
Maybe some vitamins.
Hopefully they put like seed husks in it now.
Yeah, cellulose.
Yeah, back in the day they're like
Psyllium.
Wood.
Yeah.
Wood works too. Wood is cellulose. Yeah. Which is why
I think it comes. It
Cellulose
is a wood product.
Yeah.
Psyllium husks.
Yeah.
Or it's certainly.
Or it's like a type of
Psyllium,
wood.
something else. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so coming back to what the VK Wonders question was can you make a snack a meal? Is that basically it?
She was also asking, are certain foods
meal specific and snack
meal
specific?
Snack specific. And on that,
I think so.
I recognize your guys is saying that snacks or candy is separate from snacks. Here's where it gets exciting, gang. I hold that. That I would ask you to differentiate then candy. I say candy is snack. it's snack food. It's not meal food. Dessert would be dessert is like post meal. It's dessert snack, but yeah, I mean people snack on Jelly Bellies.
The verb to snack, people probably do snack upon them.
You can snack on candy. Snack like candy. I call candy snack food.
Yeah.
Because it's not meal. Because I kind of put if it's not meal. We don't really have that many other categories of. There's meal food. There's snack food. There's.
I might say dessert food. Maybe.
Yeah.
And you can have dessert anytime. You can have dessert before your dinner. You can have dessert for breakfast. You can have dessert anytime.
But dessert does have that implication of it's what you have after your meal, And a lot of times it's, maybe it's a piece of pie or something. It's not. It's the classic dessert isn't gonna be a candy bar.
But does occasion, or does habit create definition?
That's a great question.
Sometimes it does.
Yeah.
But again, like breakfast for dinner, you're having dinner.
Yes.
You're having commonly eaten breakfast foods for dinner. Dessert, does dessert before, if you have dessert at lunchtime, are you eating ice cream cake for lunch?
Are you having pancakes for breakfast? I mean, let's be real. Pancakes. That's basically a dessert.
I mean, if we're talking about snacks as their role, then it calls into question breakfast, lunch, dinner, brunch. It's a whole world.
And so far, what we know, finger quote around no, snacks are either small portions of meals, or Pop-Tart. Is Pop-Tart dessert?
It could function. Yeah, Pop-Tart's one of those that could function as a snack, candy, or dessert, probably.
Fluid, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Pop-Tarts are fluid.
In the same way, like you go to Bernice's, you get a sweet croissant, a chocolate-filled croissant.
It's pronounced croissant.
Croissant.
Yeah.
Is that a morning dessert?
Yeah, I mean,
It's like a
the
morning
pastry, a lot of people.
Sweet
I
pastry.
still think of that kind of like a treat.
Pop-Tarts are marketed.
The treat factor.
Pop-Tarts are
I didn't see that coming.
Okay, yes. Pop-Tarts are marketed as pastry. They're breakfast pastries.
I mean, a lot of people replace breakfast with just one of these sugary treats, pastries,
Yeah.
Is it a healthy decision? Not necessarily, but is it nice?
Again, you're eating snack food. Is snack, like, can we call that type of food snack food? Or junk food? Snack food.
Junk food.
You can have,
Because there's healthy snack food.
there's
like
healthy snacks.
Celery and peanut, ants on a log, snack food.
Yep.
Healthy snack food.
Yeah, I don't want snacks to get a bad name in spite of, the marketing campaigns.
Right,
of
that's what I was
American
gonna say.
food
I mean,
culture,
like before there was bad, evil snack empire, there was ants on a log. Ants on a log has been around.
That's a healthy snack.
And again, you can't really make a meal. It's gonna be tough to make a meal. There's always gonna be that naggy mom saying like, healthy snack, but it's still snack. You need to eat some stew.
Stew.
You're still just snacking. You're gonna be hungry in 2 hours. I'm gonna say, well, you should have eaten your meal. Again, non-sugary snacks.
Yeah.
Or snacks. Can we take a little break and talk about our favorite snacks?
Yeah.
It's a good time for talking about favorite snacks. C-Dills?
Like favorite or most common?
Let's talk
Both.
both.
We're covering it all.
Because
tonight.
budget.
Yeah, right.
We are just getting started.
Habit might just define in this case.
So I did the Whole30 thing in like 2017.
I remember that.
Yeah, and
I was like, oh, come on.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. But that discourages you from snacking, you don't really snack much on that. And like you have to eat a meal is like one of the things. And it's basically like the Atkins diet, but you can eat potatoes, so it's just like no bread, no flour of any kind, no rice.
But potatoes work.
No beans even. It was just like meat meat, vegetables, and fruit basically was it. And no dairy, right? So a lot of mayonnaise and stuff like that, but no sugar was the biggest one. Like no smoothies, no juices.
Yeah,
you know,
the natural sugar you're avoiding.
Fruit.
You can eat fruit because that's good to go. But after that, my body kind of like shifted. I mean, like I was like freaked out because I'm like, dude, I am such a snacker. How am I going to survive, not eating snacks? But then after I was done with that 30 days, then I kind of like stopped snacking so much, and I just kind of like more dealt with being like hungry, and like going forward. But these days, I mean, like some hummus and chips and salsa.
Good snack.
I like the hummus salsa combo. Go back and forth.
Yep. Yeah. That's a good snack. But if I had my druthers, I mean, like I would go some lox cream cheese on crackers, like that, and some capers, kind of thing. Just like a mini lox bagel, just on like a really good cracker. That's probably my like ultimate.
It's a high caliber snack.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, favorite or most common,
Very good.
So yeah, that's me. That's me in a nutshell. Who's next?
I'm next to you.
Yeah.
So Donnie.
Well, while we start talking snacks, would you guys be interested in snacking on these chips?
Mm-hmm. I'm curious.
It's
to
a
try.
new experience for everyone here. It's Lay's wavy fried green tomato flavored chips, and it's extra exciting because Cole requested that we get Flamin' Hot Cheetos, and we got these instead. And not only is that great, but he doesn't even like fried green tomatoes.
That's true.
Oh wait, I didn't know that information. Did you know
I
that?
didn't know that prior.
Okay. Well, I should have also said it at the store. Either do I. I don't like them in real life. Instead I was like, I really like dill pickled chips. I should have said I don't like fried green tomatoes in real life.
Wow.
Yeah.
But
really
it's a limited edition flavor.
I mean, these are gonna taste good.
I had to go.
We'll see. I mean, there's a chance they won't.
Have you experienced fried green tomatoes in
These
real
new
life?
flavors,
Ken-Dog?
sometimes they don't last.
I liked them.
So
Okay.
we're part of the process either way.
We're having side conversation.
Yeah. The folks listening at home,
This is really fun.
they can keep to.
So we're split 50-50 in real life fried green tomatoes enjoyment. Ken Dog and I.
I haven't actually even had any.
Oh.
I just remember the movie came out when I was a kid. I watched the beginning.
Based on the movie, you don't like them?
I don't like tomatoes that much. I like raw tomatoes. I don't like cooked tomatoes that much.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I would eat one because tomatoes don't have that
flash
much.
fried,
Yeah, they don't
like
have that much of a
super
taste.
cooked.
No. Like I don't. But I would never. If I had to pay for fried green tomatoes or something else, I'd most likely see what else there is because I wouldn't pay for fried green tomatoes.
It's a whole different thing.
I'm not like, ew, gross, fried green tomatoes.
Yeah.
So
It's not
it was
exciting.
the limited offering of the flavor. Said, I'll try it.
I wish you guys could have had my mom's fried green tomatoes.
That's what I'm talking about. I grew up in the Mid-Atlantic. Mid-Atlantic states didn't eat fried green tomatoes. We just didn't. We ate cheesesteaks without peppers. All right. I'll snack on this. I was gonna say one of my favorite snacks is I like chips.
Yeah, I mean, I love a chip.
All right, yeah. So who's next?
Interesting.
Pretty good. Shawnee or me, I guess.
Go for it, Shanus.
Well, it's been a couple weeks since I have, but really, I do cereal. It's something that a lot of times I will like start my day with some Cheerios and honey bunches of oats combined with a big heaping spoonful of Adam's peanut butter.
Whoa, right in there.
Orange juice.
On the side?
And how I do orange juice, save money. I get it, the frozen tubes of it, but I keep it in the refrigerator.
Oh.
So I keep it at a liquid state. It's just dehydrated It's concentrated. Yeah. I mean, and the wonders of it, dude. I remember when like my 3rd grade teacher was explaining to me how they remove the water from orange juice, and I was like, dude, science is great. Technology is amazing.
I love a good orange juice from the little. And is that a can? It's I don't know.
It's a cardboard tube with metal tops and bottom, and so I'll keep it thawed out, and then I'll pour that into a cup. Sometimes I want it thicker. Sometimes I want it thinner.
Choose your dose.
As a kid, sometimes
Choose your own adventure.
I would start making the juice, but I would sneak a little scoop, just eat it straight.
Also, if you're making mocktails, frozen juice concentrate. They make frozen pog juice concentrate. That's a great way to add into cocktails. Some thawed out juice concentrate. Which is actually a higher end version of the DePoyer.
Whatever they're serving at the bars.
Syrups. Yep. Little pro tip. A snack on that. Snack on some cocktails. I like to snack on weed. I like to smoke bowls. Sometimes it's weird when like my lungs want a snack of it. But the cereal, I don't know, when it's fortified like that, it's also kind of a meal. Yeah. Dill pickle chips, I was saying, are my faves.
Love a dill pickle chip.
I like a good dill pickle.
What about a real dill pickle? Would you snack on that?
You know? Yeah. When I was a kid,
classic snack food.
I didn't like pickles when I was a kid.
Pickler too.
I love pickles.
When I turned like 19, I was like, I like pickles now.
Yeah.
You get the little cornichons, extra crunchy. But then sometimes you just got to go for the full size.
The big. Oh my goodness. Well, I love like whatever pickles I have at Warden's, a sandwich shop that'll give you a big pickle spear.
I was just going to say, Warden's pickles.
That becomes more of an appetizer or an aperitif.
An aperitif. No, I was going to say aperitif.
That's like a side.
Yeah, side, yeah.
Well, there's this
palate cleanser.
You have
kind of functions like a
called
ginger at a sushi place for me.
Yep.
I think they're called Grillos. Have you had this brand?
Nope.
Wait. Tell me more.
It's just like a kind of higher end pickle brand in the grocery stores
I think I've
now.
seen them.
They're all full of like dill and garlic and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Was it my turn to talk my favorite snacks?
So.
I'm dying to know.
Well, I was going back and forth, but Cole mentioned chips and salsa. That's got to be
Staple snack.
number one for me. I love salsa.
What
love
salsa
chips.
are you rocking?
I mean, like store brand.
Oh, so you're saying you make your own? Well, you also work at a place that makes salsa.
I used to.
What brand?
The best store brand is Casa Pablo's.
Casa Pablo's, the second that.
It is amazing.
That's a Missoula logo. That's a Missoula boy right here.
Yeah.
That's a very unique one too.
Yep.
I did hear they used to have problems this is back in the day. They used to have major problems. They were right by the railroad. Rats.
Oh, yeah.
Rats in the Casa Pablo's factory, big time.
Ooh.
Back in the day. Back in the day, folks. It's safe.
I thought those were peppercorns in there.
I know. True story. If you look on the ingredients, no peppercorns. I know. It's crazy.
Do you guys remember the Casa Pablo's chips?
They're so good.
They were
I
so
do.
good.
I do remember those.
They were at Orange Street.
They were so good.
Now I do La Casa de Josefina, which are almost
Right.
as good,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I
No,
miss
they're up there.
those.
No,
Miss
that-
those
you
Casa
know,
Pablos.
Casa Pablo's chips were
Those were
The
good.
problem with that brand you just brought up, they taste really good, but have you noticed they're like kind of weak?
Yeah. I mean, you gotta be tender when you're
If you go for a
getting
big
the dip.
scoop, it'll
but
break. on
yeah,
you.
but I do
That
like
thin
the
crisp,
crispiness of it.
Yeah.
So there's a give and take there.
Casa Pablo's also kind of got a bump from Tracy Lopez, radio legend town, Montana Madre.
I like her salsa.
We got good salsa. Yeah.
Well, it used to be where locals only is. There was like a restaurant, right?
Tacos.
Casa Pablo's restaurant.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that was a while ago. That was before my time.
when I was like a
Whoa.
little kid.
Yeah.
Wow.
Heard that.
Memories.
All right, so chips and salsa.
Any other highlights?
I like smoked almonds.
Yeah.
That one always hits pretty hard.
Yeah.
Gas station snack.
Smoke on them almonds.
Yeah.
Jerky.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
I really like jerky.
Love jerky.
That's good.
Pepper jerky.
It's a pricey one.
Teriyaki.
But it's worth it.
And if you can get somebody to make homemade jerky for you,
Yep. That's the best.
it's up there.
That's the
Yeah,
best.
those are the standouts for me. What are you thinking?
Well, before I talk snacks, I'm gonna have a little of this Da Bomb hot sauce.
I was gonna say we should fill a bugle.
Fill a bugle?
Oh my goodness.
Let's have it on the bugles.
Fill a Tabasco bugle.
Yeah, no, don't fill it.
No, we're not gonna fill it. So this hot sauce I have here, Da Bomb, it's one of the spiciest in the nation. And we're really gonna go. You guys can have as much as you like.
Yes.
No pressure.
Thank you.
I meant to bring a different hot sauce.
Yeah, I might. Too chill.
Breaking tradition.
We've got a Tabasco flavored.
I mean,
Yeah, there's no pressure.
we'll see. There's no pressure. That's a great thing about it. It's a great thing about it.
Even if it's the smallest little speck.
I might take a peck of
A
speck.
speck.
I'll take a peck
speck
of
won't
speck.
kill you.
No, it won't.
I'm gonna do a dumb amount.
Yep. For if this is anyone's first time listening to Stick Talk, this is tradition that we, similar to Hot Ones, we get a little. We eat something spicy. We eat something spicy for every episode of Stick Talk, and today it is Da Bomb hot sauce.
Kenley wants me to do more.
We are now currently filling up a bugle, filling up a Tabasco bugle. Let's
Come
see.
back for
Kenley
my
pressured me
birthday.
to do more.
Let's see. I mean, it's not filling
It's
up,
one
but
of the-
geez
no,
Louise,
I'm
that's a
not filling
lot.
it up.
That is a
I'll
lot.
fill it.
Okay, Cole's impressed.
Yeah, yeah.
Scary.
That
I won't fill
Scary.
it.
that's about like a quarter teaspoon,
Yeah.
and that's a good bit.
Yeah.
That's a really good bit. Historically, Dr. Fly has had to end the broadcast because of
Yeah, the ghost peppers.
the ghost
It hit my
peppers.
stomach, and I could handle the mouth pain, but that when it hit my stomach, it was just too much.
Yeah.
Oh, let me look at Kenley's dose here. I think Kenley's going a little harder than I am, but he's a very brave man.
That's a lot.
Right. It came out quicker than I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
It smells pretty
It's
good.
it's a thick sauce. And I think that's part of why it's so painful. The consistency, it just has a way of glomming onto your tongue.
It's kinda like oily.
Yeah.
I have like
yeah.
a drop. On
Yep.
mine.
Hey,
I
well,
love
yeah.
Yeah. I got about a I don't know, 1/16 of a teaspoon, a quarter teaspoon.
Cheers,
Yeah,
gentlemen.
here we go, boys.
Thanks for another great episode.
Yeah,
Cheers.
it's great.
We're just
Great
getting started, of
stuff,
course,
Seneca.
but taking a moment. Oh man,
Ooh.
That little
pain
drop.
right off the bat.
What the frick? That was what?
Just a drop. Oh, it's filling my mouth.
Oh yeah. And then there's the Tabasco heat too.
I didn't
Yeah.
expect the bugles themselves to actually be spicy.
Bugles have a little bite. Apparently.
Bugle's got the bite.
So anyway, my favorite snack. One of my favorite snacks. That's really hot. I really love a can of sardines.
Really?
Yeah. You're appalled by that?
I'm not appalled. It's just surprising.
Sometimes this will be my snack
Oh,
food that
shit.
becomes a meal. I'm gonna just try to eat one of these other chips to.
We got the
God,
hiccups
that's
going.
horrible.
I can't believe how small of a piece drop I took, and I'm feeling it. You guys took sizable portions.
Yeah.
I mean, Cedilagilla.
Cedilagilla.
I can't even talk. Cedilagilla. I swear, I barely took any. My tongue is already just slumping.
Okay. All right, I'm coming around the bend on the heat. What I like to do is I get my can of sardines. I remove the spines from the sardines. You don't
Spineless.
have to. You don't have to, but I like the smoother
The
experience.
bones?
Yeah. A lot of people eat them the bones because they're kind of soft.
Do you
they're
like
not.
pinch from the middle?
Oh yeah. Yeah, or I like kind of use a fork to like open them up and then just grab that spine out of there.
Do you get them from Warden's? Where do you get your sardines?
I like Warden's. You know, good food store has a nice brand of the Wild Planet lemon flavored ones I like.
I've been seeing those new hipster ones with like the white can with the red and blue.
Yeah, that's good. Then I'll have some either chips or crackers. And maybe some hummus, maybe some salsa, some like greens, and some hot sauce. And I'll hit some lemon juice on the sardines and some like sharp cheese.
Oh, yeah.
And I try to get all that on one chip. Salsa, hummus, sardine, cheese, like some arugula.
Wow.
Bang.
What kind of cracker? What kind of chip?
I mean, lately I've just been going with the Casa de Josefina chips, but, you know.
Sardine
that's really variable. Yeah.
Whew. Man,
that's one of my favorite snacks.
I honestly don't think I've ever actually eaten a sardine in my life.
Wow, they're good.
I have had when I worked at Papa John's years ago. Somebody like canceled an order or something, and they got a pizza with anchovies. And I was just like, I'll try it, and it was actually really good.
Salty little bits.
Yeah, it was just a little salty snack.
Anchovies are way more like fishy and intense.
Oh, really?
Sardines, you know, milder.
Oh, yeah.
See, I thought
Anchovy and sardines, two different things, yeah.
The sardines looked way bigger.
They are bigger.
Anchovies.
Yep. Yeah. They just pack more of a punch.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, I was on a moving job.
Great.
I was on a moving job once, and it was down in the Bitterroot somewhere, and some people they were talking about these sardines and like how like someone's like from Italy, and they get these sardines shipped over, and it's like a family tradition that they get these cases of sardines over there, and I made some comment about it, and then as a tip they give us cash and a dozen cans of really dank Italian sardines that I'm still working through.
What?
Yeah.
You gotta let me try that.
Yeah, I'm down.
Bring a can in.
I'm demanding it.
Okay. Yeah, great. No, it'll get really fishy if I bring it in here.
Oh, yeah.
We don't want to do that.
We can't bring it into the studio.
Yeah, no way.
We'll eat them outside.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's go quick round favorite candy.
Ooh, well,
We talked about it.
I do have a question from Dylan Albans.
Dumb.
But I want Candy Talk to be part of the experience for sure. But let's see what Dylan has to say. I might have to leave him a message.
Hello?
Dylan Albans, are you with us?
Hold on, wait. Speaker. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep, getting you dialed in
Loud
as
and
we
quick.
go.
Great. I have a question for you.
Lay it on us.
It's more of a philosophical take, but also I hope everyone's feeling good in there. I'm really enjoying the listen.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna eat more hot sauce soon.
I'm wondering if before the commercial snack industry and how everyone wants you to consume, I'm wondering if a snack is more of a momentary intentional pleasure. Could reading a single poem or a quote be a snack? You read a poem and then you sit on that and you think about that. Is that a snack? It's not something you eat, but it's something
Food for thought.
It's a momentary intentional pleasure. That's the question.
A treat had come up earlier.
Yeah. Wow. Well, we can certainly chew on that.
Yeah, chew on that while you chew on your spicy bugles, and I'll listen on in.
Thank you, Dylan. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dylan.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dylan.
Thanks.
Sweet dreams.
Bye.
We'll talk to you
Sweet
soon.
dreams.
Thank you.
Man, I gotta disagree. I think a snack is something that you eat.
I think Dylan was describing a treat.
Yeah,
Which
but
sometimes you can treat yourself with a snack if you're, especially in this food obsessed. Or like generationally, I've had conversations with people about how our parents or maybe our grandparents, where it's like, oh, I wish you wouldn't celebrate, like give treats of food give treats of food to my child.
Yeah.
It's been a thing.
Looks like you're treating yourself right now.
Intellectually, yeah.
yeah, they were purporting that a poem could be a snack. And that's a stretch.
I see that as you can treat yourself to a moment.
I better take this call.
Take it.
If you like poetry and you're excited about a poem and what it possibly can do for you,
Yeah, like
you can treat yourself to
yeah,
that
I'm just
moment.
gonna treat myself.
Yeah. A snack on this.
Yeah.
Tasty little freestyle rap I got for you.
Right.
You can, you can.
I feel like that's a little more like slang, though.
Oh, sweet. Can you call me on my personal number?
You know,
Okay.
it's like that's like a nickname
Or
for
actually, I'll call
just
you in a few minutes.
something that you like to do.
Okay.
Like yeah, it was a little snack.
What did I miss?
I'm talking about can you snack on anything that isn't food?
I definitely think you can treat yourself to non-food things. And therefore, it's a stretch. I personally wouldn't really go for it, but I see where Dylan's coming from.
I see. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Who was on the phone?
Oh, that was our friend Trey.
Trey.
And,
Oh,
he says he has a snack-related challenge that he wants to give to us.
All right.
Was I interrupting anything, or are you ready to go into this?
We're ready to go into it.
Lay it on us.
Okay, I might eat more hot sauce before this, but we'll see.
Lays it on
Okay,
us.
Yeah. I don't know where I fall on the snack, the like non-food snack train. I'm undecided.
Okay. Well, we'll keep picking it apart.
Yeah.
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 Okay, let's see what Trey has to say.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
Trey, is that you?
This is me. Hold on, let me turn the stereo down.
Oh yeah.
With this technology, the sound quality can be a little weird.
Yeah.
I understand. And also how it works is we can all hear you, but you can only hear my voice.
Okay.
So if you can just propose your idea, and then we'll hang up, and then we'll dive into it.
Okay, so I was gonna challenge you three to guess what snack I'm eating.
Ooh.
Wow.
So stage one, let's just listen to this.
Okay, I heard a mouth crunching.
Hard cruncher.
Crunchy. Definitely crunchy.
I'm going for more. Here's a hint.
Yeah, give me another one.
Is that a bag wrestling?
Could be.
I'm gonna go with that's just a standard tortilla.
So that's
chip.
hint one.
Okay. Should we give guesses along the way?
You can give guesses. Whatever works best for your program.
Kenley guessed tortilla chip.
Okay. Incredible.
Is that right?
Nailed it. First try.
Yeah.
Really?
If you want to guess the brand, you get a bonus point.
Gendog with the win.
Man, let's see.
Let's get an alley-oop, dude.
Kenley, take us home, please.
Let's get another sound, huh?
Yeah, would you mind? Or I guess can you go on to phase 2 of the challenge before we guess the brand?
That was good. That was my only thing I had planned for phase 2 was brand.
I was imagining.
I see.
You guys kind of nailed it right on the head.
I was okay.
Okay.
Do you need another chip to maybe decide?
Yeah, that would be very
The
helpful.
bag sounded like a Tostitos bag.
Give me
Okay.
1 second here.
Okay,
Okay.
hold it, boys.
Just hold it. Easy.
Actually, Trey, I'm gonna put a generous amount of reverb on.
Okay, yeah.
So then we can have
That'll help.
that'll help. It'll echo into. Okay. All right. Can you hit that chip for us? It's certainly crunchy.
Very crunchy.
All right. Any of you guys want to take a stab on the brand?
We were thinking Tostitos for some crazy reason.
We've got Tostitos as a guest.
All right, I'm gonna go with those $2 only. Now it's $2.99 onlys.
Oh, what is that? The $2.99 only ones?
Yeah.
That is Sancitas.
Sancitas,
Yeah.
thanks.
Yeah.
That's
my
what was
guess.
the one you were talking about? Rosa.
Oh,
Doctor, do you have a guess on brand?
Rosa Rita.
what's the Tostitos? Is that a brand?
They just said Tostitos.
That's like the Lay's. That's a Frito
That's
Lay's.
exactly what we were just saying.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. No. Well, it's not a Josefina, is it?
Unfortunately, we didn't get any right answers. If I had my way, I would be snacking on Cocina de Josefina.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
yeah.
glad.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Should I tell you the brand?
You got
Yeah, we're
not
stumped over here.
Kenley's got the.
One more round.
Kenley's he's got this.
Can we get one more sound?
Very close. Very close.
I want to hear the bag.
Can I get a hint? Can I get a hint? Does it have any flavoring on it, or is it just standard?
We're wondering if it has flavor, or is it a standard chip?
It is a restaurant style chip.
Okay.
Mission.
No, unfortunately, no.
Clear bag.
One more bag, Russell.
Yeah, give me 1 sec. Hold on, 1 sec. Let me grab the bag.
The first, I had more ideas after the first time I heard it. Now I'm even
I
more
can't
stumped.
tell. Is it if it's one of the pure plastic ones or like the half paper, half plastics?
I think it's full
It's a
plastic.
full plastic.
Oh, okay. That's a
Okay,
good
so
hint.
It's not the
Restaurant
percolating-
style. It's restaurant
Blanking
style.
on brands.
I am too.
Is it red and white?
Is it red and white?
The bag.
There is red. Can I give you a hint on the color scheme?
Yeah, that'd be helpful.
So
Is it
it is whoever said Cocina de Josefina was pretty close with the color scheme.
Okay.
And
it's
on
the one
quick
with the dude
glance,
on the
one would
horse.
think it might
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
Cocina de Josefina.
Yeah.
The
But
one
it
with
is
the
not.
dude on the horse. I forget what
Oh.
it's called.
Yeah.
What? Actually, I believe it to be Juanitas.
Again, very close.
Wait, is there a horse on it?
Let me take a look.
Yeah. Guy in a
I
horse.
see no horses.
Horseless.
What store was it purchased from?
Can we ask where it was purchased from?
Where? Oh, Winco.
Winco. That's
Picture in the aisle. Been down that aisle many times.
And that is why I didn't get Cocina de Josefina, because they don't have
yeah. They don't have the good.
that at
good.
Winco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's only O Street.
Is it Winco brand?
Is it Winco brand?
No.
Good.
Good.
Trey knows better.
I'm stumped.
I think we're officially stumped, Trey.
Okay. The reveal. Calidad brand.
Oh,
Calidad,
that's a good brand. That's a solid brand. I really
Kind of a
just
sleeper, right?
Yeah, it's a
If
sleeper.
I've had that brand, I don't remember it.
Okay, fellas. Well, thank you for playing the snack game.
Yeah,
great.
no,
Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you for. I hope that we can do more stick talk challenges with you in the future, Trey.
Good snacking with
Cool.
you.
What about candies?
We have.
Candy snack
I'm
or
here
is
with
it-
Lucas, another long-time stacked Sunday
Oh,
enjoyer, and so
Love it.
we're
Go, baby!
yeah, big fans.
Let's go. Let's go.
We're big fans
So,
of you, Trey.
good luck on the rest of the philosophical journey.
Thank you. Yep, we're just getting started. So, Trey, real quick, is candy a snack?
Okay. I think candy is a treat because a snack is meant. I think a snack is meant to
break your hunger and satiate you until your next meal.
Okay.
Yup.
That's what I lean towards as well.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
Trey's got my number, man.
So theoretically, if you eat enough candy and you're full until, dinner time, till supper, I guess you just had a snack.
Now the healthiest snack. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You could make a candy snack but you're probably not going to feel that great.
Yeah, you probably would get a tummy ache.
Well, thank you, Trey.
Okay, well, fellas, have a great night. We'll keep listening here on the airwaves. Okay, well, fellas, have a great night. We'll keep
Great
dreams.
snacking with you.
on the airwaves. Okay, well, fellas, have a great night. We'll keep
Sweet
listening
dreams.
here on the airwaves.
I do
Okay,
love
well,
it.
fellas, have a great night. We'll keep
Sweet
listening
dreams.
here on the airwaves. Okay, well, fellas, have a great night. We'll keep.
Gentlemen, should we talk candy? What are you guys thinking?
Let's talk candy.
Dog candy.
Let's go around the candy.
I'm going to do a battery change on the camera so we don't miss the end of this broadcast.
Okay, great.
I'll be right back.
Great. So, where are you at, Shane, with candy?
I'm thinking. I will tell you what I'm thinking of. I just thought of singing the "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" because it's like the 7th inning stretch, changing the batteries, peanuts and Cracker Jacks, snacks. I think that was great clarification by Trey there. Yeah,
That was a great call.
That was a great call. Treats.
Meant to satiate. Snacks are meant
Dude,
to
that was
satiate.
a terrific definition. Yeah, meant to satiate, hold you over. That hit the nail on the head. And again, yeah, I think we've been saying you can spoil your appetite with treats and candies. Not recommended. And we used to be told by other people. Remember those great resilient ages where like you were impervious to sugar crashes?
Yeah.
The
Golden age.
I thought people were lying to me. I was like, dude, stop lying to me. Candy tastes good. It does not affect me at all. I do what I like, and I like candy, dude. So get off my back. I'm fine. Go worry about yourself. But now I'm at the age where I do. I feel it. And so I tell myself, I'm like, don't you limit that. Even like donuts. I eat a donut, and I'm like, oh, you're going to pay for that.
Oh, yeah.
I used to eat some crazy candies back in the day.
We were like candy scientists when we were kids.
Do you guys remember? It looked like a paint bucket, and the sucker looked like a paintbrush, and in the bucket there was like powder.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Lick'em, the whole Lick'em genre.
Is that Fun Dip, or is that something?
Fun Dip was the
Fun
OG.
Dip, same concept.
Fun Dip was
but
the OG for the longest time.
These ones were cooler because it was
Totally.
It was like a big paintbrush.
Because it was blue color.
I have seen them. Yeah. The Fun Dip, dude, just
It
that white
prepared you
stick.
for the future.
Yeah, those white sticks kind
Of eating paint.
Yeah.
And do you remember just like the squeeze tubes of like goo?
Yep.
Sugar gel.
Yeah, those were actually okay. I'm old enough. I just turned 39. Those were both of those were like released after my prime candy eating age.
Yeah.
And I remember like my younger siblings getting them and like kind of being like, oh yeah, you guys with your new stupid kid candies. Outrageous was always for a while. I thought that was like the tops.
Yeah, or the Big League Chew. Y'all remember Big League Chew?
Yeah.
Getting us ready to do some dipping.
Pretending big time. Candy cigarettes and Big League Chew. Yeah.
Jerky Chew is awesome.
Yeah,
I would actually like put a dip into that.
Oh my god. Me and my buddies. Yeah.
That's Jerky Chew is a nice snack.
Yeah.
It is. I love. Okay, talking candy. I remember Anders was in the band. Was Anders in Wrinkles? It was in that scene, that crew, that Upper Rattlesnake House.
I don't know if I remember Anders.
Worked for Drum Coffee. He was like a roaster. Cool, smart cat. Went on tour with what was his name?
John Legend.
Yeah, Kanye guys watch. Don't let Kanye hear about that. But anywho,
So smoky.
We real quick, Shane. We have
We're doing again. We're doing
yeah,
one.
yeah. We have a Dr. Fly and Ken Dog sweatpants.
I don't know why
Indulging.
I did that.
Indulging
tongue.
again.
It's always
Actually
worse
feels
the
like
second
there's
time, boys.
cuts on my
It's
tongue
always
now.
worse the second time. Anyway, Anders we went on tour with the band and would go to the different gas stations, different shops around the country, getting the regional candies. and would give these like YouTube reviews. Durs does the candy aisle. Great local, Missoula cat, local cat does well. Like good in-depth taste analysis.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. So back to the categorization. It seems like that we're getting into the three categories. It seems like we're getting to three categories. We got
Treat.
We have meal food, we have snack food, and we have treats. Is that?
I like it.
Treats of candy.
Are we getting there?
I think so. I think
I do like it. I mean,
dessert falls under treat.
And dessert falls under treat.
Yeah.
And these are categorized by functionality within our day.
Yes.
The meal is the meal. The snack is to hold you over to the meal. The treat is to treat yourself.
Yes.
Yeah. There we have it. In the beginning, we
It's
were
pretty good. The 3 pillars.
We had.
That's-
I was just gonna say
that's
we had
pretty
no
good.
pillars in the beginning. We had no pillars. Now we've got the strongest shape.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, but often I'll have like a banana and peanut butter for breakfast, quote unquote. Not quite a full meal, but you know, but I don't necessarily need a full meal in the morning.
Snack in the morning. Like I'll have a cereal snack.
Yeah.
More so than like the whole trucker breakfast.
Yeah.
Which is meth.
And coffee.
Meth and Bush. Yeah.
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 Oh, that is
Well, yeah. Well, I like that. I like those 3 pillars.
So were we gonna name favorite candies?
We were.
Yeah.
We were.
Are we going?
So I guess I'll say nut candy bar, nutrageous.
Commercially available candy bars.
Yeah.
Start there. Nutrageous. That's like a. Explain that.
Almost like a Reese's Snickers. It's got Reese's peanut butter in the middle instead of nougat. It's got some caramel. It's got peanuts, and it's chocolate. And it's not. It's got bigger peanuts, and so like the top of it is a little
bumpy.
bumpy.
That's an amazing one.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Outrageous. Caramello bars too. Also, sorry. if I'm feeling sexy,
Well,
Caramel.
since you brought that up, I don't know if I'd say it's my favorite, but
Mr.
I
Goodbar.
think I would pick the fast break over
Oh,
the nut
That's
Rages.
another Reese's spin.
does that have peanuts? I mean, pretzels.
I like a fast break.
No, that was the Take 5.
That was a take 5.
Is that not what you just said?
no,
The
fast break.
right? I know. My brain was like, wait, that's the same thing.
Which
Kit
is
Kat
pretty
Take
much,
5.
I think, similar to the Nutrageous. No caramel and no solid nuts, which I like. I don't like solid nuts in my candy bar.
I do. I'll take them.
I'm gonna have to wrap back around to pick my favorite though. gotta
Yeah,
think
I know,
about it.
because I forgot to mention Mr. Goodbar. Just Hershey's chocolate and peanuts.
Wait, I'm having I'm spacing on one of my favorite candy bars, but it's the one that's just the like crazy white sugar stuff, and then it's just surrounded by nuts. Nut roll, salted nut roll.
Salted nut roll.
I mean,
Those are weird. Those almost don't even seem like candy.
That's a Montana thing, right?
Idaho is crazy about nut rolls.
Oh, I thought I
Midwest.
since they're in so many like gas stations around here, I just assumed it was
Those are good.
worldwide. But
I think
Those are pretty much a Baby Ruth with no chocolate on the outside.
yeah.
yeah, extra nuts. I mean, yeah,
Now, and
they
also,
make a good snack.
is it a pure white cream?
Yeah, just white, but it does. Then
Yeah.
it has caramelish stuff around that the nuts are sticking into.
That kind of reminds me of cowtails.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a fun
Yeah,
one.
cowtails are good. And Getz's caramel creams.
Kind of a weird flavor on the cowtails, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah,
peculiar.
Dusty
Yeah.
flavor.
Dust, yeah, powdered sugar coated. And is it a caramel? Because they have like chocolate cowtails, which are different than the classic ones, which are just that brown. And they are like the Getz's caramel creams. You know, they're the more caramelly, but they're like a sushi kind of. But the cowtails taste different than the caramel of the caramel cream. I wonder. It's almost like a gingerbread.
Yeah, those are nice.
The caramel or the cowtails.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Does Reese's count? Just a Reese's classic Reese's peanut butter
candy.
cup
Absolutely. I mean, those are
for a
amazing.
candy bar.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, I
Especially
see. Yeah, I would. Well, that's an interesting question. Does it count as a candy bar?
I mean, it's in the exact same section.
It's
I
in
mean,
the
like,
section.
Yeah.
I think it counts. I'm gonna say it counts. Different
But
shape.
it's not physically a bar.
It's not physically a bar, but it's the same.
It's a candy disc.
It's more of a disc.
A pop.
It's
More of a cup.
But it satisfies the question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you can, when we're in this topic, it definitely counts. I
If
would
we
say.
Yeah. Dark.
candy talk would get into the bar versus cup. Yeah.
Yeah. Dark chocolate Reese's.
For some reason, I like the little ones that you get around Halloween. They're wrapped in the foil.
Oh, yeah.
For
The
some
size
reason,
is
it's
the
like
different
the
size.
ratio is different.
Yes,
I
the
like those
ridges.
ones better.
More.
Yes.
I disagree. Yeah,
Okay.
No, I'm
Yeah.
a full.
You're a
I'm
middle
full size
guy.
man.
I
I'm a full
do-
size man.
I also I'm a ridge guy. I like the ridges of the small ones.
What's funny because they're way smaller in diameter, but they're way thicker than an original.
And they have way more chocolate.
Well, there's big cups too.
Yeah, I like the big cups.
Remember
Give it to
the-
me as big as possible.
Dude, the big cups that had the chips in with peanut butter.
Oh yeah.
I never tried
that.
those. I never tried those.
That's
They were
pretty
pretty
crazy.
good. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Been pushing it. I've been doing saltwater taffy lately.
Whoa.
That's been around at work.
Wow.
It came from Winco, I'll tell you that.
You're taking it
Bulk
back-
section.
You're taking it back to
That's
the Great
crazy.
Depression.
I or I mean,
Going
no,
on the
that's-
boardwalk.
Well, I was gonna say
Yeah.
that's the joys of my youth. I mean, the
Yeah.
Jersey Shore is still like when I went back to the Jersey Shore this year, and stayed at the house right next to the Jersey Shore house.
Yeah.
One of the things I look forward to so much, the saltwater taffy.
Likewise, we'd always visit my aunt in Newport, Oregon, who you two have visited. Newport,
Yes.
that's the only time I would ever have it. It was on the yearly visit.
Saltwater.
You guys
But
ever
they've got it in Winco.
ever go to the Sweet Palace?
Oh, I could watch
Oh,
the
never.
taffy
I
bowls.
just,
Taffy
the
thing.
commercial I can see in my mind, but
I've
I've never
seen it
been.
going in person.
Oh, I would watch it for hours.
Dang.
For hours.
Cool.
Dang.
Working at Can't Make a Dream, we would take all the campers to the Sweet Palace, and they all got like $50 and
Diabetes?
free. No, they all got to live out their dying wish to go to a candy
no,
shop.
let's make a wish, not make a dream.
And we would watch. Yeah, I would just stand there, watch the taffy bowl, and then they put the like the flavor in. Usually that's clear, and then they put the color in, and you just watch it mix. It's this old, beautiful Industrial Revolution like machine that just steel just zoop zoop.
And then they got another old school machine that wraps them. You see that? Mm-hmm. And it's like plop, 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 plop,
That's really
plop,
cool.
just like wrapping them.
Sweet Palace is dope. We got to go to Peaburg, dude.
Yeah, I think it sounds like we need to do a stick talk in the
On
field.
location?
Yeah,
Yeah.
field trip.
We need a brew finesse in Peaburg.
Yeah, that'd be wonderful.
It'd be wonderful.
Oh my goodness.
Shout out to the Sweet Palace.
I guess another thing I wanted to get into is the intersection between. We have these three pillars of food: the treat, the snack, the meal. Where do they fall in between the breakfast, lunch, and dinner world? You know,
Say that one more time.
how do these two, the three pillars, they interact with our notion of breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
Yep.
Well, we touched on some of it. Like a lot of us, you can snack breakfast.
Yeah, a lot of people just do a snack for breakfast.
Almost like a Venn diagram, sort of. You can treat a breakfast. You can have whipped cream, strawberry, fruit, crepes, treat, snack, meal.
I've been pondering it lately because last weekend I made a brunch at my house.
Yes.
And in planning for the brunch, someone was very surprised that the meal that I was planning on doing had nothing to do with the breakfast food universe.
It had an egg on it.
Well, I had to pivot because this person was just so taken aback
They were
that it wasn't going to be breakfast type food. So
It was this close-minded fight.
Well, I won't out this person because they're obviously so misguided. I don't want this to be out there. Yeah.
You don't want the rest of us to. No.
This is what I'm thinking. Meal pillar.
Yeah.
Would be obviously breakfast, lunch, or dinner. I'm thinking snack pillar, lunch. You can just have a snack for lunch.
Oh, yeah.
And then treat, breakfast.
Oh, yeah.
Or after dinner.
Interesting.
Oh,
yeah. But I feel like a lot of people have snack type things for their first meal too.
Yeah.
I think we're looking at it maybe at a certain way. I think you're looking at it the other way of take your meal. Breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Yeah.
You can give it the snack attack.
Yeah.
Or you can give it
snack.
Or you can give it the treatment.
Huh?
It's all up to you. Now again, think there's the angel on your shoulder, there's the devil on your shoulder. The devil on your shoulder is saying treat. The angel on your shoulder is saying meal, healthy, balance, snacks and meal. Healthy snack and meal. But it's up to you. That's the beauty of life. If you want to, for dinner time, snack out.
Yeah.
Or apply more snackification to your meal. Candied pecans rather than dried peanuts. Canned sweet potatoes rather than
raw sweet potatoes.
Whatever. Syrup, no syrup. You see what I'm getting at? Breakfast. You can have eggs and oats.
Yeah.
Or you can have, and you can dump sugar on it. You can put more of a treat to it. You can have a small amount, you can have a large amount.
You can treatify.
You can snackify.
Yeah, or mealify.
It could be your breakfast, your lunch, or your dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah, because those are just the times.
Yeah.
And breakfast for lunch, breakfast for dinner. Yeah, again, the times that we associate the meals with.
Well, here's a question. Can you have lunch for breakfast?
Yes. If it's the first meal of the day, it's technically a breakfast.
Yeah, peanut butter and jelly.
Because you're breaking the fast.
I eat peanut butter and jelly for
Can you
breakfast.
have lunch for dinner?
It depends
an
on what.
interesting one.
That's more interesting.
Yeah, the lunch first. It's funny. Some foods really lend themselves to more of a lunch than a dinner.
Like a cold cut sandwich.
Like a sandwich, especially a cold sandwich. Yeah.
Well, and different cultures do
Yeah.
tend to do heavier, lesser for breakfast and dinner. So there's that. So we're going the Anglo.
Yeah.
Or the American. Because a lot of places go heavy, delayed breakfast, big breakfast, and then snack the rest of the day.
Yep.
That's actually most of the common.
Yep.
Americans, we snack a lot.
Oh,
snack
yeah.
all the time, and we treat all the time.
Yeah. I love food.
Yeah, these fried
That's why I
greens.
wanted to talk about snacks so much, because food might be the thing that I love the most from being a person.
Oh, it's crazy. My journey of life, I, being the age I'm at now and having so many journeys with drug addiction, it is crazy how I still will forget. Like my instinct when I get hungry is, what drug am I needing? And then I'm like, oh my god, you fool!
It's a sandwich.
Food and water. Food and water. You don't need any drugs. Actually. And then after I eat food and water, I'm like, oh wow. Yeah. Now my body can probably handle.
Yeah, now you're ready to take
drugs.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's a funny thing.
Does anyone else only have two devils on the shoulder?
No, there's an angel there. There's an angel there for me.
Yeah.
My angel's.
It usually doesn't win, but
my angel has this like self-righteousness thing going on, where he thinks that God will like him more, so he can do bad. And the devil's like, yo, do bad. Yeah, so I kind of have two devils. Yeah.
I feel like my shoulders are just like a revolving door.
Oh,
depends on the day.
Anyone at all.
Sometimes the demons are out. Sometimes the angels are shining.
Dude, yeah. Sometimes it's two angels. Sometimes it's two devils. Yeah.
And that influences what you're eating for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Cinnamon rolls for dinner.
Yeah. Like how much you spend on food. or what, or how healthy your food is. You know,
Right.
it's always an internal
That is funny.
debate.
How much you spend on food depends on how much the food costs.
Have you guys noticed that food's getting more expensive?
I sure have.
That's
I
weird.
sure have.
It's hard to snack anymore.
Everyone keeps saying it, but I'm so rich I don't even look at the prices.
Oh, right, yeah.
I just eat what I want.
Yeah, just loaded.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of
My
people are
dad-
in that boat.
My dad gives me a lot of money. Because I live in Missoula, I don't make much money.
All
but
you got to worry
I-
about is buying these velours.
Yeah, well, no, that's the thing. I still have to do all the things that Missoulians do.
Yeah.
So that's why luckily my family's rich, and that's why I can still stay in Missoula and still eat downtown and
you can
and not
eat what you want
and not revolt. Yeah, no, I don't need to revolt.
Yeah, because you're good.
I have heard some of my friends though are having a hard time though, because their parents didn't get rich.
Yeah, that's rude.
Yeah.
Dumb. I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
What are they doing? I didn't know you were so rich.
Yeah.
I'm learning this just now.
That's why you see me wearing all these nice clothes all the time.
Yeah.
No, it's straight
You
from my
definitely look
parents.
rich.
You see me. I don't actually do anything that warrants my appearance
right.
as well. Yeah. No.
Justify wearing.
Yeah, I'm
your
actually
clothes.
poor. It's great.
Wow. So,
But my dad is rich. Let me tell you more about my dad. And then you'll make out with me, I'm sure.
yeah.
I took that for a curve. Getting late.
And scene.
Snack on that.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, well,
in seriousness, how different would you guys be eating if you had infinite money? You know,
I feel
I'd
like
probably
I'd
be
eat
eating
healthy.
healthier. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
It'd be easier to attain a lot of the.
Yeah, because I would just have I would be able to just obviously I'm going to have a huge fridge at my house that I can just keep vegetables and organic chicken and all sorts of stuff. Now I'm I got $20 to spend. I'm going bang for my buck here.
Yeah. I've been eating food that I said I wouldn't eat before.
Examples?
I got a warmed up sausage on a croissant, maybe some cheese at a gas station. It's that new Jay's though, that new one in East Missoula, where they have an industrial kitchen and they make bomb curry. They make bomb curry at the gas station.
That's crazy.
That's a
East
good
Missoula,
snack
baby.
tip.
Dude, and they're fly. They all drive freaking Porsche SUVs and Escalades, and they are secular. They have got their head wraps, but they're all in cool colors. They're dope. They're gangsters.
Those guys are chill. I've chatted with those
Dude,
guys
and the
before.
youngster who's in 6th grade, he's a YMCA baller. He hoops. He swishes, dude.
Yeah, if you need a snack, head down to the J's in East Missoula.
Yeah, but I did a hard gulp. Gulp. I'm getting this $2.99, $3.99 meat product.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But it was
I
actually.
sometimes get those.
Where as Wardens, I know I can always trust it. But even Wardens is getting to be very luxuriously priced.
Very luxurious. Every once in a while,
downtown.
every once in a while they'll have a $5 meatloaf though. You know, in the case, it'll be
Don't you be talking about
Marcel,
my secret case? Yeah,
Well,
I don't want it to blow. I really actually, it is crazy where I want to tell more people about it because I'm yes, there is affordable, but I'm oh no, because a lot of times it all sells out at the end of the day.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And it's another thing with the library where I'm yo, everybody should go to the library at least once a day. But then it's well, I also kind of love my spots, so I don't want to it's if you're not smart enough to know good to go to the library, I'm not wasting my money.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But go back to the unlimited money thing. I mean, yeah, I would definitely be eating healthier. I mean, I go to the food pantries, and food bank stuff, and it's it's pretty dang necessary for this point. But I mean, yeah, a lot of beans and things like that. But yeah, if I had more, I'd probably eat out more.
Yeah.
Because I don't really eat out these days. But
I'd have definitely more big ball out meals too, steaks and whatever I was craving that Friday night. I'm getting it.
Yeah.
I'd eat more luxurious nuts.
Yeah, Brazil nuts.
man.
Pine nuts, macadamias.
Yeah.
Yeah. The nuts of the rich and famous.
Yeah.
And also too, my smoothie.
Love that website.
I would have a lot of smoothies.
Oof. See,
Yeah,
seriously,
yeah.
I ate a lot of smoothies on the budget. You can do
Homemade?
it.
Well, I would have.
Oh
the-
yeah.
Yeah.
Homemade.
I was like, yeah.
I would have. I'd have the green source.
Oh yeah.
For the fairies.
You go the
Oh,
frozen
smoothie is
fruits.
if you're making them yourself, it's a good budget snack.
Dang good
Well,
budget.
but also,
you gotta invest.
But also, good for you, bad for the earth, because you got to go to Winco. You got to get the bag of frozen veggies. You got to get everything from far away.
Well, that's a product of.
That's
You know,
all
or-
food.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
if
not
you
a
get-
smoothie thing.
You know, if you make yourself a smoothie the way Green Source does, you're probably not as cheap as. It's not the cheapest, but like I'm saying, like, if you locally source everything.
Where are they getting mangoes? Where's the Grand Source getting mangoes?
Well, that's true. They get some of their stuff local, but they get acai,
Yeah.
in plastic tubes.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, as local as possible. would be great.
Yeah. I mean,
But I mean, like-
everything. I mean, that is the thing with Winco. Again, I was talking about the frozen orange juice tubes. Something to consider as we're talking about snacks in America. As there's literally what they talk about. Have you ever heard about craveability? Executives of snack food makers. There's this word,
sure,
snackability,
yeah.
but it's really like addictiveness.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Pringles. Pringles are like genetically or like lab tested and approved to be like the easiest thing to eat. Like the curvature of it perfectly sits on a human's tongue, so it dissolves.
Yeah.
And like the easier, like the mushier it is, the better it is. I mean, like it's like crazy scientifically.
Because they're from potato powder. They're pressies.
Yeah.
They're pressies.
You can't. There's like a court case in like London or somewhere in the UK where like the company there's like a tax law that they were trying to do and they're trying to implement, and the people who made Pringles argued in court that it's not a chip.
Yeah, because they're pressies.
There's something.
It's reconstituted.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's because they dehydrate a potato.
Yeah.
And then it turns into potato powder, and then they mold it.
Yeah.
Because the Guinness Book of World Records for the largest potato chip made by Pringles. They just they made one that was like an entire city block.
Yeah, I don't think that counts as a potato
Right,
chip.
right. I know. But then those shysters. Then when they got sued, they're like, no, we're not a chip. We're in the Guinness Book of World Records, but we ain't no chip.
Yeah.
Not if we got paid.
Because
So,
I think that
Big
discredits
snack.
these potato farmers that are going for the world's biggest potato.
Right, exactly.
Because they're going to do the world's biggest potato, then they're going to make chips, make the world's biggest chip, world's longest French fry.
They've got my vote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, let's hear it for the farmers.
Yeah.
Well, gang.
Yep.
Anything else we gotta?
Final thoughts?
Yeah.
I really like the 3 pillars:
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad,
treat, snack, meal. That's like
We
the 3
really
steps.
came to
We did well.
good
Did well, boys.
conclusion.
Great job on taking on the sauce.
Yep.
Thanks
Yeah.
for bringing it.
Bringing it
for
as
doing
always.
it.
Yeah. Big thanks to Dreamcat Productions for catering this,
Yeah.
as well as Ken Dog
Yeah.
Sweatpants LLC.
Yeah.
Arthur Wayne's listening.
Oh yeah, wait. I had. I
We
did
would,
have
like-
the peanut butter toast crackers.
Oh.
Kind of fail in comparison. Well, we can have that. That can be our dessert.
It'll be a nice
could be
little
our
treat
treat.
for later.
That'll be our dessert snack treat meal.
All right, gentlemen.
Not a meal. Not a meal.
I think we did a great service to the public today.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Another one. Yeah, dude. If you had seen me 24 hours ago, I was like, I don't know about this snack talk. And I'm
Yeah.
like, man, I feel great. My brain, we covered it.
We went deep.
It is a treat for the brain to know.
I feel like this is almost our strongest conclusion yet.
We're gelling well.
Yeah.
Most cohesive,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say.
We're all agreeing.
Yeah.
Well, and it also, it's because we made the choice. We made the choice to think deeply about a very common thing. And I think, we can extend this throughout our week. Anyone listening can also, as we look at everything, like music. What is music? Is this a combination of sounds or is this music? What is music? What is, go ahead, full permission, think deep.
Yeah, that's what this is all about, is exploring the nuances of the undefined.
Yes.
And like collective benefit too.
Yeah.
You know, getting input into the soup to make it taste right.
For our Missoula listeners, is there any, which is just a small portion of the overall listeners,
Sports,
but
yeah.
I know, it's really crazy.
Yeah.
Our local audience is only...
yeah, but do you guys have any tips of just places to get good snacks other than the Jay's gas station?
Warden's, dude.
Affordable. Yeah, Warden's.
Warden's has Happy Snacks. They got that Jelly Belly display.
That's true.
That's a treat.
And they have
treat.
they
Ooh,
got
I got a good one.
local chocolates, exotic chocolates.
Yeah.
I got a really good one.
Their McGriddle sandwich, little breakfast.
Yeah, their breakfast stuff's great.
Maple sausage thing.
If you haven't been down to the World Market,
Ooh, yeah,
Oh.
that's a snack paradise.
Treats from around the world.
Yeah,
There's also the one next to Double K.
yeah.
Yup. Yeah, it's
I've got
exotic
some cool
snacks.
snacks there, yeah.
exotic snacks.
No, I do a lot of Christmas shopping at that big Cost
that-
Plus World Market.
I feel like I go there about once a year.
Some cool stuff in there.
No.
Mm-hmm.
See, Dillagy?
Snacks. I mean, I just get my snacks at the Winco freaking bulk bins.
oh,
You know,
Oh, yeah.
Winco bulk.
Winco bulk.
You're a bulk guy.
Yeah.
I'm a bulk guy.
You're bulky.
I mean, if you can, it's the affordable option if you can.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
buy in bulk.
Yeah. If you're trying to get nuts,
Yep.
that's a good place
I'm
where you
not
can
trying to
swing
go
it.
too nuts.
I kind of have dreams that everything is bulk. There's no individually made anything.
Yeah.
You go to the store and everyone just like waits in line at the dispensers of things.
That'd be a much less wasteful society.
I think in like Portland they have bulk grocery stores.
And like you have all your containers for the stuff that you know you're gonna get ahead of time, and then it's already like in your cart. You get your liquid things, and you go to your. And then I always imagine like big silos of like yellow Gatorade, and everyone has their yellow Gatorade container. Like, fill my yellow Gatorade from a big silo.
At least you hope it's yellow Gatorade.
Well, and then you go to the aisle. Well, it's labeled. Yeah. I mean, it's labeled and everything. Maybe it's got a little. Maybe it's got a clear window so you can see the bottle. But like ideally, like that would be in a plastic, in an individual wrapped plasticless, where like they're still making tons of money. Yeah.
Can't
We
wait.
can dream.
Yeah, can't wait.
Girl can dream.
And real quick, do you guys think free will exists?
Oh, come on.
I'm just kidding.
Right now, let's get into it.
I love how the similar to the National Defense Security, there were some future stick talks and may have gotten leaked to a group chat.
Oh yeah, earlier. Yeah.
Hopefully that's just
I drafted that up when we were just trying to decide last night, and then I never sent it.
no journalist. I don't. If you're a journalist,
it's
and you're
only
secret,
us. It was only to us.
We hope.
Careful next time.
Yeah.
Careful.
Yeah, let us know, listener, if you have any ideas for future subjects.
Listener.
At this point, it's a listener. I don't know.
Trey, if you got
Yeah, thanks, Trey.
Trey and who was it?
DJ VK1.
Trey and
Trey, VK Wonder, and
Trey.
and Dylan.
Trey had a buddy.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know.
Wait. It
Trey's
Get
buddy.
his name.
was a cool name.
Was it Lucas?
Cool Lucas.
That sounds right.
Yeah, cool
Okay.
name.
Yeah,
Cool hand, Luke.
Cool hand, Luke and Trey.
All right, gentlemen. Thank you so much.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
I'll talk to you later.
All right.
Well,
See you never.
Thank
Sweet
you,
dreams.
listener.
Ain't got nothing